Well, hey, welcome back to the Jerusalem Journal. It's Friday, and the last time we reported on Jesus, he was headed to the Garden of Gethsemane with his disciples after the Passover meal. Let me just say that since then, things have gotten sketchy. Late at night, Jesus was arrested, and he was put on trial. And I don't know, at night, that seems a little suspicious to me. Where do you even find your witnesses in the middle of the night to put Jesus on trial? Well, regardless, he was arrested. Peter, the disciple they call the Rock, denied who Jesus was 3 times, and then the rooster crowed. Jesus had appearances before Pilate and before Herod, and eventually he was sentenced to crucifixion. And as of this reporting, friends, I'm very sorry to report that Jesus has died. So many questions remain. Well, at this time, let's turn it over to Nicole at the Shalom Shop.
As unfortunate as these events are, we just want you to know that Shalom Shop will always be here with you for all of your needs when you lose a loved one. On to Kyle with the weather.
Well, hello everyone. It is a very sad day. Weather around here has been crazy. It cooled down and got really dark from noon to 3. There have been earthquakes everywhere. We weren't expecting any of this. The Temple Curtain tore into 2. So just everyone stay safe, stay inside. That's all I got.
At this time, let's get a word from George the Gentile and his views.
Well, good evening, everyone. Yes, it's true. Jesus has died. He was crucified earlier this afternoon. I had the opportunity to follow Jesus as he was being led out of the forum from the presence of the Roman governor Pontius Pilate, and as he made his way out to where they crucified him, he alone was someone who carried his own cross. And it was horrific to watch, horrific to see someone be crucified, to be nailed, and on top of all that, earlier in the day they scourged him, and just very frightening. As I watched Jesus being put up onto the cross, there were things that I could make out him saying, some things I couldn't hear him saying, but the last thing that Jesus said was that it is finished. And it made me think, what did he mean by that, it is finished? What comes at the end? Is it his life that's finished? Does he realize that he's going to die? It's very hard to understand what he might be talking about, it being finished. So as I thought about this throughout the evening, ever since he said those words, I started to look back in my notes and contemplate what he might have meant. And something came across to me here in my notes from Monday when I reported to the opportunity that for some of us Gentiles got to go and see Jesus, talk to Jesus. And yes, he kind of ignored us, but he had some things to say. And he said this, he said, "The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified." I can't help but wonder, is this the moment? And what glory is there in dying, especially dying through crucifixion? Jesus went on to say, "Very truly I tell you, unless a kernel of wheat falls on the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds. Anyone who loves their life will lose it, while anyone who hates their life in this world will keep it for eternal life." And so I just reflecting and thinking about Jesus when he says it is finished. Is it that now as he dies, there's going to be this crop, this great harvest, as it were? And then when Jesus says that if you love your life, you're going to lose it, and if you hate your life, you're going to gain a life that is eternal. Is that something that's accomplished through him dying? How can that be accomplished through him dying? Dying doesn't accomplish anything other than dying. And so these are the things I'm thinking about, and some of the pieces that I'm trying to put together, taking many of the things I've learned about Jesus say here this last week and trying to understand what it means for it to be finished. What work did he do? I mean, he taught, he healed. Maybe that's come to an end. Maybe his ministry's over. But yet, it talks about his death being something that's fruitful, that's going to produce a lot. I don't know. And so again, I encourage all of you at home, as you hear these things, I ask that you might take some time to contemplate them. You might take some time to think about them and process them as we mourn on this day that this great man has died. And what he started, will it end? Will it continue? His disciples who were around him all the time, they've all run away. As we heard reported earlier, Peter denying Jesus. So it seems like it's all come to an end. We'll keep an eye on this, and I'll keep my eyes open and ears open to what we hear next. We'll see you tomorrow. Kyle, will you take us out tonight?